What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another reaction. In today's video, we are checking out a very much requested music video by EXO. And again, I feel like I'm saying this every single video with every single group that, I talk about how much I love them, but then it takes me much longer to get back to that group. I feel like I'm being pretty much sounding like a broken record as far as like trying to cover all bases with K-pop and trying to react to new releases, discover new artists while covering some of my personal favorites and kind of like the back and forth and kind of getting lost, plus Patreon, plus everything else. It gets a little bit chaotic. It's an excuse, I guess, but at the end of the day, I truly appreciate you guys for your patience as I'm going on this journey with EXO in at a very slow pace, but really trying to get my money's worth out of each and every single one of these music videos. And the Eve was just absolutely incredible, and it feels like forever since I checked it out. So I'm very excited to get into Mama, and I'm not checking out the original music video as far as the SM YouTube channel goes because it doesn't include the English captions instead. And I gotta give a shout out to K-pop Subs 2 who provided the English subtitles in this video, because as far as I understand, he was unimpressed, or to be more precise, to quote him, he was not entirely satisfied with the translations that he found online, I guess. He took matters into his own hands and kind of like provided and did the captions himself. And judging by that like to dislike ratio, I'd say that he probably did a very good job, and also he kind of elaborated a little bit on "mama," the word, as far as what it means. With it means Your Highness or Your Majesty. So very excited to see how it all kind of started, because we are going back in time. This is their debut. Even though I've seen before starting this video, I looked at a discography website, and there's 2 songs that came before this one with History and What Is Love, if I'm not mistaken. I guess those are like pre-debut, technically, that's what they're called, and this is the official debut. In any case, very excited to see with the kind of storytelling that I've seen from EXO with something like Obsession, which is still one of my all-time favorite songs by this point, and Monster, to see them go all the way back to the beginning, and to see how they did storytelling back then. It feels like we're going into a completely different dimension. So I'm very excited about this one. So without further ado, if you guys enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we are going to start off by reacting to this music video for the first time without any pausing, or very little pausing, not much talking. Then we're gonna go through first impression, talk a little bit about this music video, then have a second reaction, and that's when I'll start kind of like pausing and talk about some stuff that I find interesting, maybe connect some stuff to future music videos. I'm not really sure, but this is supposed to be the origin of their superpowers and all of that stuff. So I'm very excited. Let's go. Whoa. Interesting.
Careless, shoot anonymous, heartless, mindless, no one care about me. 잃어버린 채 외면하는 것 같아. 참을 수밖에 없어. 눈을 감지만.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We're getting epic in this mother effer. Holy.
Mama 이제 내게 대답해줘. 왜 사람들이 달라졌는지, 아름다운 시절이라는 게 존재하긴 했는지. 이제 너는 사랑하는 법도 잊었고
The hair is fabulous as ever back then.
등을 돌린 채로 살아가기 바쁜 건 익명의 가면을 감췄던 살이 가득한 지식 끝을 봐도 배고픈 듯한 이제 만족해 우린 더 이상 눈을 마주하지 않을까 소통하지 않을까 사랑하지 않을까 아픈 현실에 다시 눈물이 흘러 바꿀 수 있다고 바꾸면 된다고 말해요 언젠가부터 우리 스며탄 감옥에 자발적으로 갇혀 영과 일로 만든 이 그런 인격을 만져 인생 놈도 감정도 따뜻함도 없고 원어 쓰레기만 아닌 거는 삭막한 돌판 날이 갈수록
These lyrics, I feel like they hit more in 2023 than they did in 2012. Holy shit. We've been voluntarily trapped in this smart prison, literally like the prison that is like fucking smartphones and the digital age and whatnot. And I'm guessing like Mama, your Highness Majesty is like some kind of a god figure. I'm guessing because it wouldn't be like Mother Earth. That doesn't make too much sense. It's more like a god figure. Damn, I love how epic this sounds. This is amazing. Voluntarily trapped, like it's easier. Ooh. This part. Ooh. Let's take this back. A fucking phoenix rising like a phoenix from the ashes. Are they like supposed to like a team that was assembled to save the world and whatnot? Because that's what the Eve kind of felt like, in a way. Oh my god. Ooh. Get the what the when what? I did not know they featured Disturbed in this one. What the fuck? Literally the guys' names. Holy shit. 2012. Free? Oh, Exo. Oh my god. Holy shit. I breathe. Breathe. They're fucking screaming? Are you what? That's the vocal delivery sounded like a fucking Disturbed song. Oh wow. Not quite, but oh similar actually. Ooh. The face art almost feels like a protest. Holy shit, that was the one of the best things I think I've heard ever. That was amazing. The lyrics are so incredibly powerful. They're more powerful in 2023, I feel like, than they were in 2012. Maybe it just hits every single lyric that was in front of my eyes, and I'm kind of looking at all of this unnecessary hate and this drama, killing each other, hating on each other, putting anyone uh and everyone down, living in a world where you cannot make a single mistake. You have to be perfect and walk on eggshells because if you make that mistake, people will pounce on you and there's nothing that you can do. It's almost as if every tiny mistake is like the ending. And it's almost like the world today has forgot what it's like to forgive. All you see is just hate, toxicity, and drama, and just complete and total chaos. And you, because I talked about it in my Yunjin reaction, as far as like the age that we're living in right now, as far as like the phone and everything, the internet, as wonderful as it is in terms of making all kinds of cool shit and bringing people together and really making some incredible monumental stuff happen. At the same time, it creates an unrealistically safe environment for anyone to say and do whatever the fuck they want without feeling like there's any consequences to it. Um, it just feels like you have to be perfect. But if you try to be perfect, people will look at you as fake. But if you try to be yourself, well, no, no, that's not how you are supposed to be yourself. I don't like that. Fuck you. You know, it feels like there's no. It feels like you constantly are kind of like walking on eggshells. And I get that with the concept and everything. Like, there's, if I'm not mistaken, like I talked about the duality a little bit. So, like, there's evil or doppelgangers, if I'm not doppelgangers, if I'm not mistaken, with EXO and the duality that we've seen with the two scenes. It is very, very. It's almost like two worlds, basically. As we see the guys kind of like creating paths to see into someone else's dimension within this music video. So I'm not really sure in the context of the actual music video. We obviously see all of their powers be put on display. There seems to be quite a bit of frustration being demonstrated as far as the world that we are living in. The lyrics apply so much to the current state of the world, but also within the actual storyline of this video. It feels like these two dimensions were once one dimension, and maybe some of the guys just got lost, and it seems like it seems like they're trying to maybe possibly kind of like find each other in a way. Let's take it back. Let's talk a little bit about it. But the second we saw that face and body art, it legitimately looked like a protest, like protesting this world that we are living in, but also protesting this world that looks very dark and grim as far as where they are performing during the dance break and all of that. It feels like this world was one way in context of the video and the storyline, and then shit went south, and Mama, the god, the majesty that flipped this world upside down, perhaps they were kind of like pleading with her as far as looking for answers. So it feels very much like a protest. It feels very much like almost like a cry for help, and it feels like them kind of at the beginning of their journey to take matters into their own hands and kind of like save this world in a way and put it back to a state of like harmony and peace, possibly. Let's take this back. And I know that the intro portion is missing because the original music video is like 6 minutes long, but again, no captions. I don't know what's the storyline, and I couldn't find anything with English captions with the intro. These lyrics kind of feel like they're basically echoing every single person that is out there that feels like God has abandoned them in a way. It feels like we live in a world where nobody cares about humanity and they only care about going viral, making headlines, money, vain shit, and nobody cares about me. But also in the context of the storyline within this music video, nobody cares about what happened to them as far as like this world that they're in, and kind of like potentially losing some members to the different dimension. I'm not really sure. This is absolutely incredible. It literally looks. The lyrics are like of a broken man that has lost all faith, and that beautiful note is like a cry, basically. Oh. It looks very apocalyptic. Oh my god, the fucking violins. That's so nice. Oh, so for a second there I thought that maybe Mama, like in terms of like a god that made this world what it is today, it's because of the consequences of the humans that kind of fucked everything up. But now it's like asking God or asking Your Majesty. I'm not sure what is the correct representation of the Majesty within this music video, but we live in a world where all we know is suffering and being discarded rather. There was once upon a time things were beautiful and everybody lived in harmony and it was perfection, and it's like this is the beginning of their journey to get back to that state where they have something to potentially fight for. I'm not I keep on thinking back to the Eve to be honest, which is obviously way, way, way in the future from this, but it kind of fits quite a bit, at least in my opinion. And why did people change? Because people have too much fucking power. Oh. Envy filled with murderous desire is hiding behind the mask of anonymity, literally the internet, what I talked about in the very beginning, as far as like the first impression, as far as like having an insane amount of power and ultra safe environment behind that keyboard, to where you can literally destroy an idol's life, for example, and drive them to a point of no return, because there are a couple of cases that are incredibly unfortunate, but it's just, and it sucks that this shit just, it just keeps on happening as far as like the toxicity. Literally, the Mask of Anonymity reminded me of Dreamcatcher's Bokeh. If you watch the music video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Fucking love them. This is amazing. It almost feels like if this is God's doing, if this is Your Majesty's doing, she did that because created let this world, like in terms of like some of the post-apocalyptic looking scenery, it's like she let the world burn down so it could rise from the ashes like a phoenix, pun intended, actually, so that Exo can help in create a better world for themselves and for everyone else. And I'm not sure if this whole doppelganger thing that we saw, I believe with Obsession potentially, and also with Monster, of course. I'm not sure if this is already something that is baked into the storyline from the very beginning. Kind of potentially feels like it, but let me know in the comment section.
언젠가부터 우린 스며타 감옥에 자발적으로 갇혀 0과 1로 만든 이토록 인격을 만져 인생남도 감정도 따뜻함도 없고 원어 쓰레기만 아닌 거는 삭막한 돌파 날이 갈수록 외로움만 더해져 우리가 인간일 수밖에 없는 건 상처받는.
This is actually really beautiful, because the only thing that is human about us that remains throughout all of time and history is the fact that we all hurt, and it's a very human thing to do. But everything else that makes us human is basically gone. Much like, almost like this butterfly in like this desert setting is a really cool metaphor, as well as there's almost like this sandstorm looking thing happening. But the butterfly, actually, the butterfly in its symbolism, if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to represent resurrection of sorts. Hold on. So yeah, the butterfly is a symbol for rebirth and resurrection, for the triumph of the spirit and the soul over the physical prison. As literally the lyrics say, we've been voluntarily trapped in this smart prison. We see like that shot of the butterfly in almost like this desert looking place, as literally the desert represents like the prison, and the mental prison, or the physical prison rather, because inside of us there's something that wants to escape, that wants to see a better world. This is really, really amazing stuff. Let's take it back. Yeah, this is beautiful. Like the things that used to make us human, meeting, holding hands, laughing, and crying together, whereas right now all we can do is cry by ourselves because we're hurting. Uh, if you want to go back, you have to be human again. I love this song. I love this acapella. This is incredible. And I love the fact that I'm not sure if the original lyrics, the Korean lyrics literally say, look each other in the eye. Can't we look each other in the eye because we live at an age where you don't have to look at anyone. You're just behind a keyboard. So you don't have to look at the person in the eye as you're destroying their life or hurting them by making a mean comment that is uncalled for and whatnot. What I'm reading right now is absolutely incredible. The tiger shirt is also really cool. Very fitting. Ooh, skull. Phoenix is just incredible. Like, the stomping of the ground is almost like, give me a fucking answer, mama, as I'm frustrated in a way, just showing your frustration. But then the phoenix almost like representing hope that, resurrection, rising from the ashes and all that kind of stuff is also really, really cool, not just in terms of the superpower, but in terms of the fire that is still inside of us. Much like that butterfly in that deserted place. Very, very cool stuff. I absolutely, whether it's in context with the actual storyline of the video, I know I'm kind of going off a little bit to the other side as far as like the meaning that I take from the lyrics and kind of like taking some of the visuals and connected it to what I believe in, because it's just too beautiful for me to ignore. This is amazing. And the fucking screaming. So this part actually, again, the face art and the body art, obviously, there's actually 6 names. So is like half of Exo is trapped in that other dimension, possibly. This is interesting, but it's like in the setting of the storyline of this music video, it's almost like Mama is she didn't necessarily it's not that she destroyed the world, she just let the consequences of their actions, she just didn't stop whatever is happening because it's not her job necessarily. So you sleep in the bed that you make, basically. It is kind of like a cool analogy, as now they're kind of like pleading with Mama to help them turn back time, or turn it back to the days where we could communicate with each other and love each other. And now seeing only 6 names maybe bring us back together, and from having like these 2 dimensions that maybe were one dimension at some point in time before they were divided. I'm not really sure. But man, these lyrics again are just powerful as fuck. this part. I need to take this back because this is too fucking good. And also in context with the world, basically, aside from the actual music video, as far as like saying that this is not a world, this is not a game, as far as like people that are dying of the consequences of the actions of those who don't care. This is not a game. This is the world has become a very cruel place, and basically, mama, we did this, but help us kind of reverse and undo the damage. It's almost like protesting with the art on the face and body, but also kind of like crying for help because I feel like I'm out of power. Which is ironic because they do have superpowers. Holy shit, the moves. It's so hard to focus on everything because I'm like, the vocals, the music, the rock, the screaming, and then the groove. Now we're pleading, help us. It's beautiful. Basically wishing for a hopeful ending. Instead of fighting and destroying ourselves, remember this gift that you have that is called your life, because it can be taken away from you at any freaking moment. As someone that was kind of fearful of losing his life twice in his life, and that is not a pun to twice, even though I love them and I use every opportunity to make a twice pun, but it's kind of like, it's not until you lose something that you realize how meaningful it was to you. That kind of thing. Because now that we don't have the world that we once kind of like thought was almost like this myth of everybody living in peace and harmony and everybody just having a good time, being human to each other. Now it's the only thing that we can hope for and dream of. It's also very like the burning of the feather. Aside from the actual music video, we almost like see two dimensions like connected by that fire, and then the burning of the feather. Like as far as like symbolisms go, burning of black feather. I'm not sure if that feather was black though. Clearing negativity in your life. Burning can relate to getting rid of something. Black feathers. To negative memories, grief, possibly some curse or negative energy sent to you. Since you burnt it, it is a positive dream. That's if it's a dream. So I'm actually not really sure. Very interesting. Let me know in the comment section because that's really interesting, and I would like to have an answer for that. So please let me know. shouldn't we communicate as literally they are communicating in different dimensions? It's like we're far away, but we're still connected. Very interesting. That was amazing. I really don't know what else to say. I've talked a lot in this one. This was a very long reaction, I feel like, or at least the recording is, because I've been blabbing a lot, so some stuff will be edited out to save me some embarrassment and cringe. But this was one of the greatest freaking debuts I've ever seen. Like put aside the arrangement, the production, the visuals, the singing. Take all of that away. Just give me on a piece of paper, give me those lyrics, and like, holy shit, this is how we start. This might be my favorite song by EXO so far. Even though Obsession is Obsession is still my favorite song, but I'm blown away. So yeah, apologies again for not being able to react to the first portion of this music video, as again, there's no caption, so I felt like it would be just, kind of like redundant for me to check it out, not knowing the context. If you want to let me know, just the basics of that intro in the original music video in a couple of sentences, please let me know. Maybe it will give me more of an understanding of what is happening, but this was absolutely incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If I made any sense at all, please let me know in the comment section below. If there's anything that you would like to add, feel free to do so. Always happy to read you guys' comments. Thank you so much, guys, for your patience, and also thank you so much for your kind comments on the EXO reactions. You guys are absolutely incredible, and yeah, this is quite a debut. I'm blown away. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you're new, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day. Peace.